We dance as the city roars. Tune in loud, turn up some more. Cincinnati show, it's time to play. Sports with strawberry ice today. 5:30 sharp, don't be late. CTV, the sports awaits. Strawberry ice, he's on the mic, energy, it's pure delight. Every touchdown, every goal. Feel the pulse, it's in your soul. Cincinnati heartbeats strong. Strawberry ice will lead the throng. Every touchdown, every goal. Feel the pulse, it's in your soul. Cincinnati heartbeats strong. Strawberry ice will lead the throng. Feel the crowd, it's electric now. Shouting loud, they all know how. CTV got what we crave. Sports with ice, it's waves and waves. Tigers strike and Bengals roar. Every game we want some more. Tune it in and feel the thrill. Strawberry ice, he's giving chills. 5:30 sharp, don't be late. TTV, the sports awaits. Strawberry ice, he's on the mic, energy, it's pure delight.
Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the show. This is Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm your host, Iceman Jeff Trunapole. And as always, I'm bringing you sports from a West Side point of view right here in the great city of Cincinnati, Ohio. And as always, I'm coming to you live from the Ice Cave. And the Ice Cave is brought to you by Priority Lawn and Landscaping. If you guys need anything lawn and landscaping, I mean, they even got their own shop now. So here pretty soon, if you just want to order mulch or you want to order some rock or whatever, you can go right down to their shop. Give them a call at 513-430-6114. That's 513-430-6114. You can also follow them on Facebook. I highly recommend the Facebook one because they post a lot of videos of their different landscaping jobs that they've done. So give you an idea of what they're doing. So when you either call them or you message them on Facebook, do me a favor, tell them you heard about them from Sports with Strawberry Ice. Also, I want to give a shout out. I got to remember to do this because I am not a celebrity, but they have dug to the bottom of the hill because they are asking me to be part of, and Cap. Now, Cap's a celebrity, so let's just get that straight. I'm not. Cap's a celebrity. He's, fan of the year. But the celebrity softball game at the Florence Y'all, not the Florence Freedom. Florence Y'all, 35th Celebrity Softball Classic, July 17th. First pitch is at 7:30. I will be a part of it. Cap will be a part of it. A whole bunch of other actual celebrities will be a part of it. So if you guys haven't got your tickets yet, I highly recommend you get them. You can go out there and watch me. Hopefully not embarrass myself. So I've been throwing some, plays with catch and getting a little work in. I haven't went to the batting cage yet. I got to do that yet. That's still what's going on there. But what's up to everybody in the chat? Who we got in there first? We got Brad's in there, Strangers in there, Dalton's in there, Paul Painter's in there. What is up, everybody? All right, news of the day. Bengals start OTAs tomorrow. They had their media day today, so we got to see some cool videos and pictures of them making the cool videos and pictures, not the actual videos yet. OTAs start tomorrow. Will Trey Hendrickson show up? I kind of doubt it. Will Shemar Stewart actually practice? I hope so. Those are the two big stories. Jermaine Pratt was cut today. Now, according to my dude, Centauri Miles, with the cutting of Jermaine Pratt, the Bengals have about $30 million and cap space, so it's not money. They have the money to pay Trey. I don't know what it is. Either they don't want to pay him what he wants, or they are off on the years length of the contract. I don't know what it is. I am hoping that they get this done quickly. I don't expect Trey at OTAs. I'm really hoping they get this done before training camp starts because I want everybody to concentrate on winning a Lombardi. With that being said, let's go to my co-host for today. He is co-2023 4 fan of the year. He is a visionary. He is a Renaissance man. He's got a really good beard. He's Bengals captain. What's up, Cap?
I got to get on your level, man. I just woke up from a nap. I got to get on your level.
Just drink some caffeine. That always helps me out.
You know what? I was randomly looking at Instagram for energy drinks, and there is a company out of the UK, and I'm sorry, this is the name of the drink. I'm not being crude.
I'm scared now.
It's pussy energy drink. And the jokes write themselves, but it's a white can. It looks pretty cool. I don't know whether to make the joke that, I mean, that's what I drink to get energy, or if I should say Photoshop Lamar Jackson holding a can like this is his, whatever.
Oh God,
it's too early in the offseason to talk trash. So.
Oh no, we can always talk trash about the Ratbirds. You can always do that. All right, so news of the day. We got the media day today. They were doing their videos and stuff. OTAs start tomorrow. Jermaine Pratt has been released, which, I mean, we all knew that was going to happen. And I tweeted out something, I quote to it, said about time. And there wasn't any shade on Jermaine Pratt at all. Somebody on Twitter took it as that, and I tried to explain to her it wasn't shade. It was just we expected this to happen a while ago, and we've been kind of waiting for it to happen. So I thank Jermaine Pratt for his years of service with the Bengals. He made one of the greatest plays in Bengals history, the interception to seal up the first playoff win since 1991. I was at the game. I was crying. It was awesome. It was a great memory. But like I said, we knew this was going to happen. He said he wanted to be traded. They drafted 2 linebackers, and they signed another one. So when I said it's about time, it's about time because Jermaine can actually go get himself a job now. I would not be surprised if he gets picked up by the Indianapolis Colts. Yeah. But what's your fondest memory? Well, I probably know what your fondest memories are. But what's your thoughts on Jermaine Pratt and no longer being a Bengal?
I honestly thought there was opportunity for him to come back. I'm a little surprised. I guess it took so long.
Yeah, that was the thing for me.
It makes me wonder if there wasn't some stuff behind the scenes where they were trying to see if they could work it out, and work it out meaning, are you going to give 110% in this new defense? Give Golden some time to look at how he wants to move things around. Is he going to be the perfect fit in what Golden sees?
Mm-hmm.
Are both sides ready to rock for that Super Bowl push, or is his heart with Lou so much that he feels that that's where he needs to go? And then they finally decided, all right, it's time to go, because I get it. He had his moments. I saw some jokes on Twitter about missing tackles. Everyone had like the Jello arm issue.
He wasn't the only one. There are a lot of guys.
No, not even close.
Yeah.
And I mean, I can remember him chirping back a little bit at one of the last games where he had 15 tackles, 12, 15 tackles.
Mm-hmm.
He missed 1 or 2 at the very, very end. We had the win in hand, and he might have slacked off just a hair. And he called that like, hey, we won by like 2 scores. I had 15 tackles. Like, stop. And like, right. I agree. I'm like, all right. I know every player doesn't go 100% every single down. It's almost impossible. I think he was a great linebacker. He could have had maybe an off year, but he was still top 10 last year.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he was awful. I mean, as
no, and I'll even say I think he's good. I think he's still good. I think he's going to be good for the next team. I've always been a fan of his. I will continue to be a fan of his. Unless somebody steps up and just, we get like, hey, maybe one of the new guys is going to be like a Luke Kuechly, great. Then it's a little bit apparent, but for what we had, for what we did, for what he gave the team, man, I appreciate the hell out of him. So No,
Absolutely. No
no
hate.
hard feelings there. I'm going to root for him.
Mhm.
I'm going to root for Travion. I still root for Mixon.
Yep.
You know,
And,
they're
hey, how's that? That's gonna be an interesting backfield. Him and Chubb. So you got the former Bengal running back and the former Brown running back on the same team now. That's gonna be interesting.
you know what? When did that happen? I missed that.
Signed Chubb yesterday or today. I think they just signed him. So that's
Yeah, that's
yeah.
holy cow. Oh, Browns fans gotta be in their feelings. Like he was really the only reason to root for them. And I know a lot of KP for KC5. Thanks for the memories. Yeah. Playoff P. Nothing beats playoff P. That's
Now this is one
legendary.
I wouldn't mind this.
Oh,
Jared
yeah.
Alexander is available. I would go kick the tires and see if you can try to get him. I see now this safety position is the one position that they haven't really addressed this offseason other than Geno Stone taking a pay cut. So and I hope my boy Tyson Anderson gets a shot, to be honest. I mean, I really do. But Jair Alexander is out there, and it's not from what I've read and different stuff today. It's not that he can't play; he misses a lot of games. He gets injured a lot more than I think people like. So
Good depth.
yeah, exactly. Exactly my point right there is he can bring in a depth piece because we do need more depth in the safety room. So I would 100% go after him. Now I'll get back to this one. Johnny Burke here, 513. What's up? I don't know if you've ever commented. If you haven't, sorry I don't remember you, but welcome to the show. He said about Pratt. He said I think his post-game interview last year played a part. He wasn't speaking like a leader. I don't know. I don't remember. To be honest, I don't remember what his post-game.
Yeah, Johnny, bring up some of those. I want to know what you're talking about because
I don't remember.
I believe you.
I
don't remember. Yeah.
The thing to me is he came out. I do remember him came like right after the season and basically said he wanted to be traded. And Al Golden is the defense coordinator. Al Golden was a linebackers coach when he was here before. Al Golden did not believe in playing Jermaine Pratt on third down. He didn't play him. So and then they went and drafted two guys and signed another guy. That to me, that's where I know you said you thought they might be working something out. I thought they might be working something out to trade him. I think that's what they were trying to. I think same thing with the Packers with Alexander. I think they're holding on to these guys, trying to trade them to get something for them. And now that OTAs is about to start, and they're not going to come to camp. They're not going to fine them because they are going to use them. So that's why they cut them. In my opinion, that's why those two happen. So yeah, I don't. But get back to Jermaine's comments at the end of the season. I don't remember what he said. So I mean,
well, like during it sounds like in season. It's tough because I get it. If a player is going to get tired of answering the same question, I get it. If they're frustrated with teammates or coaching, and there's so many things behind the scenes. I feel like I'm pretty good. Hey, Kevin, one of my favorites.
Kevin,
biggest Blue Jacket backer I have ever seen in my life. He does that team right.
He does the Brew Jackets podcast.
Absolutely.
Subscribe to that.
It's tough because it was different. The defense was different last year.
Oh,
there were a lot of things going on. It was a lot of injuries, but there were a lot of other things going on too. So, I'd be interested to hear. Man,
I know we're talking to Dan Horde last Monday, and he brought up the Steelers game where we let them score 40 on us, over 40. That if you just pinpoint it down to that game, let's just say the Bengals actually won that game, which they should have. I don't remember how many they scored, but I know they did fairly decent. I think. I'm sure somebody in the chat can give me the final score. But if you keep the Squealers from scoring 40, which shouldn't have been a problem because their offense sucked at that time last year, we win that game, we're in the playoffs. I mean, that's how close.
Yeah.
Last year.
I mean, if we win if we win the first game of the season, the NFL took away
technically we did.
Touchdown.
Technically we did because Gesicki came back and said Gesicki's touchdown counted. But anyway, that's and I'll go back to this, Cap. And I kind of somebody retweeted a video of the guys from on ESPN talking about the Bengals and how historically awesome the offense was last year and how historically bad the defense was last year. To me, and people are like, oh my goodness, we can't do that again. To me, that gives me hope because as bad as the defense was last year and as bad as that season went, we're one game away from getting into the playoffs. We get into this playoffs, you never know what's going to happen. So, I mean, it's just a little tweaks here and there, and we got to stay healthy, obviously. And we got a healthy Jamar, a healthy Joe, a healthy T, and they're all signed. Dude, our offense, I have no reason to believe our offense is not going to be clicking. And I know we got this whole thing with Trey hanging over our heads. I think it's going to get resolved. But It just gets me excited that I'm like, I think Lou ran his course. You know, honestly, it happens. Coaches are here for so long and they run their course and it's just not working anymore. You know, you need new blood. Sometimes it happens with head coaches too. Sometimes it happens with players. It just happens. And that's where I think Lou, it ran his course here. And we keep talking about we're putting all our eggs in Al Golden. But everything we're asking Al Golden to do is develop these young guys. It's what Al Golden has done his entire career is develop
He's
young
proven
players.
that, yeah.
Yeah, so the more we get into this, the more I keep talking about it, I'm like, I'm not saying our defense is going to be a juggernaut. It doesn't have to be. If it's middle of the pack, which if you get TJ Slayton, which we do, I tweeted something about this yesterday, how much of a difference he makes just on the run stopping ability. Our defense is already better than it was last year just because in the run game, just because of him. So our defense, in my mind, is already better than it was last year in one part, and that's the run to stop the run, which is huge in the AFC North because Baltimore likes to run it. You like the Steelers like to run it. The Browns, when they get going, they like to run it. We've got our run stopper back. That's going to help a ton. And I keep going back to that. I think that's such an underrated move that the Bengals did that nobody's really talking about. So this whole big long thing here, I don't think the Bengals are going to have a good year. I think it's going to be a 10, 11, maybe 12-win season. I mean, I really, really do. And that's not me looking at it with orange-colored sunglasses, even though I do that a lot. But if you can't be hopeful in June 9th, 2025, then when can you be hopeful? So, I mean, that's where I'm at. I think this team is on the right track. Like I said, I wish they would have done more veterans and stuff, but I see the vision.
Yeah, if we can do anything remotely close to what we did on offense that we did last year, and I believe they will because they're not only another year into some of the new tricks, they're going to add some more. I mean, pitch is still cooking.
Oh, yeah.
Pitch is still cooking.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got, hopefully, Burton locked in.
Oh, God.
Locked in. I'm sad about Travion. I am. But
I know.
hey,
we got the beard back. We got the beard back, so that's good.
Yeah, and we actually picked up running back late that people are excited about.
I'm very excited about him.
So there's a lot to look forward to. If you look at the games last year and think if we could have only forget the statistics, forget the high scoring games, but you just think of a couple of plays that are routine, that are easy, that should not have been a problem at all. I mean, a handful of plays, and then suddenly, and the playoffs last year were weird.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing in the AFC looked scary. We could have ran through that. Now, unless we had a defense that could really, really compete, that might have been a rough Super Bowl.
Might have been.
Eagles look tough, but part of the reason Eagles look tough because KC was a joke. I mean, Mahomes can't function behind a line that's not good.
Yeah, and Burrow can.
Yeah, exactly. That's the biggest difference between those two quarterbacks.
Right. I mean, Burrow hasn't had a great. I mean, he hasn't. This is not nothing. No shade or anything. He hasn't had a great line since he's been here. But I do think Orlando Brown's going to get back to the way he plays. I think Mims is going to take a step. Ted Karras, I think so. He had a great year last year. He's going to continue to play good. I really like Fairchild at left guard. Right guard is one. It's going to be, you're going to have to figure out who it's going to be. But to me, I think this offensive line is more athletic. And I keep saying this, it's there's more depth in this offensive line than we've ever had since Joe Burrow's been here. Now, again, back to what you're saying, it's one or two plays, and this goes to what Joe and I love that Joe says this, and it is not Joe Burrow's fault. It is not Jackpot's fault, but he's like, I could have played a little better. We could have played a little better down the stretch, which he's right. They could have played the end of games. The offense and defense could have played better in a lot of these games. Because they're like, I just keep back to the Baltimore game in Baltimore, where they had the 5 penalties on the 2-point conversion. We were winning that game. We were winning that game. We should have won that game. That game should have never came down to 2-point conversion. We should have been able to keep our offense on the field and either run the clock out or score another touchdown or field goal. And the defense should at least been able to get one more stop. That's all. One of those three things need to happen. That game's over, and we couldn't do it. So Joe is right where they need to play better, and he'll put it on himself. I need to play better, and to me, that's not just Joe saying that. Joe's got that mindset that what I did last year wasn't good enough. And to be honest, if Joe thinks what he did last year wasn't good enough and he needs to improve upon that, watch out, NFL, because I'm telling you, he had one of the historically best seasons in NFL franchise history. And he wants to improve upon that. Y'all better watch out, dude. That's all I'm saying. Y'all better watch out because our offense is going to be a lot better, and I think our defense is going to be a lot better. So all this talk about, I think PFF had us as one of the worst rosters around, which is crazy because last year they had us like at the top 10 roster, which is basically the same freaking roster as last year. We really did. We changed some, but not a lot. And this is the first time I think, Cap, in the last couple of years that there's not somebody that we lost that I'm like, man, I wish we would have kept him.
I think there's opportunity for somebody to fill the hole left by a Mike Hilton, but I am gonna miss Mike.
Hey, Mike's still out there. He ain't signed with anybody,
which is crazy because it doesn't always mean that. Oh, Amy giving some love. Amy Gilbert.
Thanks, Amy.
Thank you. It doesn't mean necessarily that Mike's done. It's other teams are looking at what they've got compared to what Mike could bring, thinking, whereas I don't know. I would have at least somebody on staff, and their whole job would be every day they'd be trying out players. Like, hey, if somebody can if you want a chance, you get to Cincinnati, dude, Bob over here is going to, run you through some stuff.
Right.
That's Bob's job. I didn't mean to brand that.
I've always liked Bob. Bob's a good dude.
And why did you tell me my camera was mirrored? Can you read now? Like, am I?
No, you're fine.
Proper? Because I was backwards before. I didn't even, I swear I never checked that.
It said Joe Burrow. I know your hat said Joe Burrow Foundation.
Well, yeah, it was backwards before.
It was?
So yeah. It makes more sense when I'm looking at it if it's mirrored to where I point.
What gave it away for me was your beard was reversed. This hair was on this side of the.
Oh yeah, the one, yeah. No, I'm trying to flex the Joe Burrow Foundation hat, and I'm like, wait a minute, it's backwards. Oh boy. Yeah, Paul.
Yeah.
Off-topic pack needs to stick with the Colt 45.
I love Pack.
And I'll say this. I love Pack.
Yep.
I love Pack. Pack. So I don't know what I'm allowed to say. Who day, Christopher? Jason, I knew it was a Skyline. Yeah. Hey, and I've just randomly put this on today. Wasn't even thinking about the day, but
vote Skyline.
Yes, vote Skyline. What is it? USA Today got the local vote.
Yeah, you tweeted it and I retweeted it.
Yep. Fantastic. Mm-hmm. But yeah, Pack. He is, and I say this respectfully, one of the coolest, most hood dudes I have ever met. Mm-hmm. I've seen him interact with fans in the club level during a charity event, and it's funny because there is no hiding what Pack says, what Pack feels, who Pack is who Pack is. Adam Jones is Adam Jones, and I appreciate the hell out of him for that.
He's Adam Jones if he's talking to me, or he's Adam Jones if he's talking to the president of the United States.
I'll never forget, Ian,
Yeah.
and disclaimer, this is not a race issue here, but I'm telling you, these little white ladies I guarantee you, talking with them after, had never listened to anything rap in their life. So they're talking to Pac, and they're kind of looking at each other, but they're laughing, they're having a good time. There's a little bit of a communication gap, and Pac was having a good time, they were having a good time, but if somebody would have like pulled up on the little old ladies right there talking mess, he would have knocked him out. Not whoever came up to the little old ladies, not the little old ladies.
Right.
I mean, he would have fought for the little old ladies.
Right.
I'll never forget, because it was cute. The bridging whatever life experience gap, but there were some things where they were like, "What's going on?" Now, we've had the pleasure of golfing with him.
Yep.
And competitive.
Oh.
On the football field, competitive on the golf course, just entertaining. I honestly enjoy being around him.
I got to hang out with him. You saw I followed him around the whole. I was in Pac's pack, for the Jackpot Joey golf outing, and I had a great time. I mean, he was cool as hell to me. I mean, I get it. It's not going to be for everybody.
Not everybody has that, understands that background. Not everybody knows how to deal with that temperament, because if you say something stupid, if you do something stupid around Adam Jones, he will tell you.
Oh yeah.
Hey, I can appreciate that.
Yeah. Also, as I'm up front, I cannot handle hard liquor. A lot of us out there can't. I can't. So that's why I stick with beer.
Yeah,
this man can.
I don't know what happened with there, but I do know. Oh boy, I mean, if anybody could get someone to escalate, I feel like it's Adam Jones. And it's just because, should he be allowed to speak loudly and to drop F-bombs? Yes, I believe that. I believe anybody should. And I say that speaking with a law enforcement family background. But man, it makes it so much harder if you are not sober and not respectful. It makes it so much more difficult when you're dealing with law enforcement. They've got a job to do, and if you want to understand how hard that job is, go to Twitch and watch Police Chase Network. It's a relatively new channel, and all they do is show like body cam videos, most of them DUIs. I feel like half of them are DUIs. And you watch a few of those, you're like, you know what? I never want to be in law enforcement in my life.
Okay.
Handling DUIs is absolutely insane because of what alcohol does to most people.
I wouldn't want to be a cop in general, just handling people just the stuff they got to go through in general. I mean, just a regular day as being a police officer, the stuff that they've seen. I got a couple friends that are neighbors and former neighbors here that are police officers here in Delhi, and just some of the stuff that I've heard them talk about. I'm like, I'm good. I'm like, I don't know how you handle that. I'm like, I'm good.
All I know is, for people who haven't hung around him, I wish you could. There's a lot to Adam Jones that a lot of people don't get to experience if they're just reading some headlines. At the same time, I hope the best for him. I hope good enough things come out of the recent events and stuff. If he were a friend of mine, I would tell him, like, please chill a little bit, or at least be there to maybe redirect some. Because now, not being a friend, not being close to him, I would never in my damn life say that to that man.
Nope.
I pride myself. I've got a long background in various different martial arts. I still practice.
You got to know your place, like,
Yeah.
He ain't gonna if you or me are out there hanging out with him, he ain't gonna listen to us. He don't know us. So
If there's a dude I want in my corner when shit goes down, it's Adam
yeah, exactly.
Because I don't overlook
your back, dude.
I don't know
He's
what anyone.
I mean, that's a lot like Corey. It's like Corey will have your back. I mean, it's the same.
Oh yeah. And
I mean,
Corey's got those big old fighters.
He's got his sausage fingers.
Adam does not have those fists.
No,
but Adam is still very, very twitchy.
Oh yeah,
and he will escalate in a heartbeat. And the man has no fear. Like I've seen his eye. That man has no fear. He does not care. I don't overlook anybody. And I will size people up like in tense situations. I've been in a few things myself, and I won't overlook anybody. But very, very few people like scare me. And the volatility that you can see in Adam Jones scares the shit out of me. There is no way you couldn't pay. I would call Mike Tyson some stupid shit before I would ever go up there. And I'm not even joking. I would not mess with Adam Jones. And that is a hell of a lot of respect when I say that. But
also that twitchiness and that anger is what made him a great football player too.
Yeah. It proved it. I mean, the man never fair caught a punt, which shows you don't ever mess with a dude that's never fair caught a punt. When other huge men are running at you full speed and you don't think to wave the arm so that they don't hit you, and you choose never to do that, don't mess with that dude.
Exactly. Wing here. Hi, friends. Now joining. Side Wednesday is Logan Wilson's softball game in Dayton. Get your tickets there. There you go. Which I talked about it at the beginning of this. That me and Cap, you got your bat out, are going to be in the we're Cap's a celebrity. I'm not a celebrity. But we're in the 35th.
Hell, I'm not.
Celebrity softball competition at Florence Y'all's celebrity softball thing. So make sure you guys get your tickets there. He's got a softball bat. He's ready to go.
Man, I am pumped at this bat.
Have you went to the cages yet?
Not. Does it look like this bat has seen?
No, there's no marks on it at all. That's a nice clean bat.
Like I'm almost afraid to. This is pretty. Like I get it. Our Bengals Rick, man, I'm hoping because of the Trey and Ken. Okay, now the Kenwood joke. Come on. We're not allowed to leak or break anything that involves Kenwood. So I just come out and say I've never played softball. And I didn't realize how expensive softball equipment comes. Like, oh my God. Now, people were talking about DeMarini, I guess is how you say it, bats. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I don't feel comfortable spending $300 on a bat yet because I don't need.
You're going to play it. You're going to play it. Use it once.
Well, hopefully annually. Hopefully, I'm decent enough to come back. But
hopefully we won't be so bad. They're like, oh, those guys are awful. We're never playing them again.
but this was like 170, which I still think is nuts.
That's actually not bad. 170 is not bad for a brand new bat. That's
but like I went to Walmart and they had a really nice bat for $70.
I'm going to play it against sports because
be careful.
But
because I went to play to get sports.
Yeah.
And I could get better, cheaper at Walmart. Brand new.
I'll have to look.
Their prices were nuts.
Yeah, I have it. I was going to go this weekend and we didn't, and we got busy doing other stuff. I was also going to go to the cage, but I got to get a bat first. I'll get Dustin Cross here. Comment. Would you guys say the Bengals communication side of their organization takes a step back this offseason? I can't say I love the handle of how they waited to release Pratt feels dirty. I don't know. The communication, to be honest, feels the same as it's always been. I mean, they took forever to sign Shemar and T, and they weren't really talking to either one of them very much either. So, and I don't know if the Pratt feels dirty because the Packers did the exact same thing. They just released Alexander. So I don't think it feels dirty. I mean, I don't know what took so long, other than I think they were trying to trade him, and they finally couldn't get anything. And OTAs start tomorrow, so he's not coming, and so they got to release him because I mean, I guess what would be dirty is to keep him and
make him work and then
make him work, or if he doesn't show up for OTAs, then fine him. That's dirty. That would be really dirty. They didn't do that, so. No, I mean the communication seems the same as it's always been to me. Doesn't seem any better or any worse.
And I don't know about the contract now. I think Dustin's got he's on to something because hopefully there's I wish there were more appreciation posts at least.
Well, I mean, I wish there's more communication with them. I wish they'd do better. I'm not saying they're doing good. I think it's the same
but as far as the timing, like I don't know. Like he's under contract. And they kept him under contract until OTA start, and then he could. So maybe, does that mean they kept some benefits somehow? Like I don't know. They're usually pretty good though on timing on that. They've shown that a lot in the past in how they've taken care of players, whether they cut them early to let them go fine. I think everyone knows he's going to go to the Colts because of Lou. I think that changes the dynamic here. So, but
that's right. Says they wanted something in return, right? He says it wasn't close to being dirty. Now blaming young teammates after an L. Now that's all.
So that's what he was. Okay, I don't know if
that was 2 years ago. You talk about the Joseph
yeah.
That
I got you.
They kind of got that was.
You know what? And I forgot about that because maybe that stuck around a little bit.
Oh, I'm sure. He was Osai was crying, dude. He was distraught. I remember BJ Hill standing behind him, having his back saying, you got to man up and go talk to the press. And he was there. And which I thought it was a class act by BJ Hill to go there and help. Because Osai felt terrible. Joseph Osai had one from probably the greatest game he's ever played.
He didn't deserve that flag either. I'm sorry.
No. Oh God, no.
Compared to every other hit or touch like that, I mean, we've seen that played out far worse against Joe Burrow, and I've come to learn that's not a flag.
But the thing is, he went from probably the greatest game he ever had in the NFL. I mean, he was all over the place to one of the worst moments of his NFL career. Which, like I said, to me, he hit Mahomes a little bit out of bounds. Mahomes threw himself into the bench. It made it look a lot worse. Yeah.
So talking about that energy drink, that could be Mahomes' face on that previous energy drink I was talking about.
Exactly. So
if you know.
But BJ Hill, that just gave me all the respect in the world for him to be there for, because that could have crushed Joseph Osai. Because you can technically blame that play on losing the game, which you don't, because there's so many other plays that could have went the other way, and we could have won too.
I mean, there was a roughing the passer deep in our end zone that they didn't call. Of course, they won't call like an absolute guaranteed hit on Joe Burrow late, but they'll call that crap out of bounds. The Chiefs scored points on that earlier. I mean, there's so many. I mean, we're talking blatant, huge, game-changing calls, and of course, we won't even talk about.
If you know, you know.
Yep. I want to go through a couple real quick. Natty Ron, I always appreciate the love and chat, and he's like, just don't fumble the ball, Joe. Talking about the previous. I love when Joe says that he can do better, because that is a special type of great. People are going to tell him you can't be too hard on yourself. If I'm his mentor, I'm telling him you have to be able to compartmentalize. It is good that you want to blame yourself for those mistakes, because you can complete a game without making those mistakes. A fumble against the Chiefs, that play is so easy to avoid, and people say it's not. No, it is for Joe. Not throwing that interception late in scoring position against the Ravens that likely would have won the game. Easy not to make. He knows. A scan on the field that he could have sat down, and it might have been a better play. There's so many things that he knows he can do. So just go out there and do it. He knows that, but compartmentalize it, because you know what? You should be allowed to make mistakes. We just want to constantly get to the point where those mistakes are not noticeable by everybody else. and he's the dude to do it. So when I call it out, like I'll never forget that dude. And I felt like it bothers me. It shouldn't bother me, but I went live, and this dude that has followed me and interacted with me started shit on me like I was shitting on Joe. And I'm like, no. I'm just willing to admit Joe is the closest thing to Superman in quarterback that we have right now that we're watching.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I'm blessed. You know, we got to watch Michael Jordan. We got to watch the debate
Michael
if
Jeffrey Jordan,
the LeBron is better or worse. You know, I mean,
Jordan.
Generational talents, and Joe Burrow is right there. Joe Burrow is that guy. Like you can watch like Pat Mahomes. Everybody's talking about legend, Hall of Fame, something like that. Obviously, Pat Mahomes has done some amazing things in his career early. His highlight reel is sweet, but you see the game like the Eagles, and you then that raises questions. And it's not the only game. He did the same thing against Buccaneers. Is he a product of the system? Is he a product of the people around him? Whereas you see Joe against the Titans,
he can't handle.
Sacked.
Look, he can't handle pressure. And look, I'm not saying he can't handle pressure. I just go back to this. The Titans game in the second round of the playoffs in 2021. Joe got sacked 9 times.
Yeah.
9. 9.
And
he still came back and won. Patrick Mahomes would have not done that. Patrick Mahomes, you hit Patrick Mahomes that many times, he's not coming back. Joe Burrow did. Once he did that, I'm like, that's Zim said it. He's a psychopath. That's psychotic. I mean, to be able to still stand in there and step into the throw and knowing you're going to get hit 9 times, and you still come back to win.
It's almost like he played better.
Yeah,
because of that.
It's crazy.
You know, and we get it. Like he thrives off that contact and situations like that. But that would have, like, Tom Brady would have been toast.
Oh, he did that when he lost to the Giants both times in the Super Bowl. That's what happened when he got hit. I'm just saying, I've never seen that, and that's normal. When you get hit that many times, you're not going to want to keep getting hit. Joe's not normal.
No,
Joey's not normal. You don't.
So it is not bad.
Back.
There's nothing wrong with us hoping to hold him to that expectation. Now, I'll never be disappointed when so many other things happen. 11 times 2 were called back. Oh yeah, Chris.
You're right. I forgot about that. Yeah, you're right.
I will never be upset with Joe like the Chiefs game, because there were so many other opportunities and things that could have happened. I still think that penalty, well, I don't think, based on how that penalty played out the rest of the season, that was a BS flag at the very end of the game too. But I'm not gonna be upset with Joe. I'm going to call it out and say, yeah, he can't fumble there. He can't throw that pick there. Mahomes never been sacked more than 6 times a game. I think you said he's never been sacked more than 6 times a game and won. So yeah, Joe's done it quite I feel like other than the one Titans game when he couldn't actually move because of his hamstring.
Yeah.
I feel like he's won every game he's been sacked 6 times or more. Somebody needs to look that up. That's insane. Brad with good advice. Hit the like. John Kammer, hello fellas, here from Michigan. Hope everyone's safe and healthy out there. Let's go Bengals Nation, Houday Nation. Yes, absolutely. So far I'm healthy, but I have not yet swung. Actually, I've been swinging this like a psychopath in my backyard. So I take my dogs out, and there's not a softball in sight, and I'm just swinging on the patio like a killer. But nobody's called the cops yet, which is good.
We need so what I'm going to do is when I actually get to the batting cage, I'm going to video it, so show everybody my killer swing.
Oh no, I'm on a video because I need help. I need batting tips. Okay, I'm a nerd. I've already been looking. Some YouTube videos and Reddit's got some batting help. People are talking like, oh yeah, he's showing up. See, okay, so this is a really fast.
I hope so, Rick.
Easily verifiable, and I won't be surprised if he didn't. But knowing who Trey is, I would expect him to show up. But this will be a good litmus test, Rick. So I hope he's right.
Find out tomorrow.
Let me see what else here. Stranger, I love Pack, but wouldn't go out in town with him. You know what? I've had some messed up nights when I was younger, and I think I could hang with that man. I have.
Well, I can hang with him. We probably all go to jail.
Yeah.
I
So
mean,
everybody, go fund me for bail money prior to all us going out.
Exactly. Yeah.
Lindsey Brillhart, Who Day Jeff and Captain, Who Day right back at you. Let's see.
I want you to get the Dustin's comment here. He's always got good ones here. You got some more you want to read real quick, or before I get
What's
to this
that?
one? I was going to read Dustin's comment here about
do it.
CTB. All right. It says, per the title of your show, I love the idea of sliding CTB inside to match up with tight ends and following bigger wide receiver. He struggles with twitchy wide receivers, so that play he made on Gesicki and OTAs could be telling. Which, you know what? I didn't even pay attention to that part that he was inside doing that, because if he's covering
Good call.
Gesicki, that's a good call by Dustin. I didn't even, and that's one I haven't even discussed, putting CTB on the inside.
I think that's what we're going to get out of Holden. Geez, my guy Ty Golden. Ty Holden. If you don't follow him on social media, his charity is Holden Hands, because his last name is Holden, Holden. Good dude, but little Freudian slip there. Yeah, Golden, I think, is going to utilize every bit of talent they can, and if that means CTB's covered stuff on the inside, then great. But I also think I don't watch like that enough to say that he's always had issues with twitchier receivers. All I'll say is last year, any of his issues, write it off, ignore it. I promise you, it's fixed. I guarantee it. I won't get into all the detail. I've hinted at some stuff. It's fixed. CTB is going to be back in a vengeance. I was kind of looking forward to the idea that we could extend him at a discount. I don't think it's going to happen. He's going to
ball out.
Esther, yes, I believe Deuce will be there. Side note, I'll come back. Oh, there we go. There we go. Esther, that is why she is the queen.
And Christopher says, Trey, well, it's probably going to show up at OTAs and then felt insulted by Taylor's text about the fines.
So I would be extremely surprised if Trey was insulted by those texts because of how Coach said it. I would be very surprised, because Trey's shown a lot of patience and wisdom around how this has played out, even though he's frustrated, rightfully so. Totally fair. But Taylor is the guy that will protect players. Taylor's the guy that's going to bat for these guys. There's a lot of things that the players probably don't know that Taylor's done in his communication with the front office. And I think people forget, it felt weird last year with Jamar Chase. Taylor helped that situation a lot.
I think he did an excellent job handling all that.
From what I know,
yeah.
That could have spiraled, because I don't believe the front office has the same patience as coach, and that's obviously head coach's job to make sure his guys are as locked in as possible. And Jamar admitted, he wasn't ready because he wasn't practicing. But for what it was, for what he felt that he needed to do, he was as locked in as possible. The alternative could have been he wasn't anywhere near. He wasn't even involved with. It could have been a much worse situation. So, and I know Zach cares about the guys. I also know Trey, I should say no. I would bet a lot of things that Trey is one of Zach's favorite guys. Trey, character-wise, work ethic-wise, on field, off the field, his commitment to God, everything. Trey is, to me, the mold of what Zach Taylor would make every football player if he could. So I really I went a little overboard on that, but the way the media portrayed that and the cut ups of the statements, I don't know Trey. I've not talked to Trey about that. He could have misinterpreted. I just don't think that was any type of intention. It's more of, hey, front office is going to want to try to enforce this stuff, and
Well,
can Zach get away with it another
Richard
year?
Richard Skinner came on the show, and he, in his opinion, was the Bengals not forcing but asking Zach to text him. I don't think Zach texted him on its own fruition.
No, not
Bengals,
at least that way.
Yeah,
no.
Yeah. I think the Bengals asked him to do it. I'm not gonna say made him do it because I don't think they could make him do it. Well, I want to get to Dustin's predictions here. I like this. Here are my other projections for this year. Yoshi 40 catches, McKinley Jackson 4 sacks, Joseph Osai 6 sacks, Stewart 3 tackles, only 3 tackles, Murphy 6 sacks. Not so great. Chris Jenkins falls down the depth chart.
I want to hear why he thinks Chris Jenkins will fall down the depth chart. Without a club on the hand, I want to know why. Because I'm thinking of a big step forward. I like the big step forward for Miles. I agree with that. Also Osai, I agree with that. I would love to see. I love Trey bringing 17.5 sacks. I would love to see more threat from.
I think Stewart's going to have more than three tackles though too, because I think he's going to be in there.
Did he say sacks? 3 sacks?
I think he said 3 tackles for Stewart. Let me bring it back up here. Stewart. No, he did. No, I take it back. He did say sacks.
Or was he trying to hedge his bets? Stack.
3 stacks.
Tackle sacks.
Yeah.
I mean,
it was okay. Say it was 3 stacks. I don't know.
Sacks.
It's supposed to be sacks, but yeah.
Yeah.
All right, that makes you feel. I think he meant tackles. He said, "All right, I got you." So
I could see that, and I would love to see it spread out more evenly across the entire line because that's going to help out Trey,
right?
But it's also going to help out just everybody because you can game plan against where that is coming from. Now, the funny thing is, Trey had 17.5 sacks. Mm-hmm. It goes to show you how hard it is to game plan because people always say like, "Oh, well, why isn't Zach just rolling Joe out?" You don't. Joe doesn't want to just roll out to his right or to his left or from wherever that pressure is. Identify on the line. All right, Joe, roll out the opposite direction. Joe doesn't want to do that.
And they cut off half the field.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and Joe's pretty good throwing,
across his body, but you can do it.
You really don't want to do that.
No,
not every time.
No,
and that's why, and no one else does either. That's how Trey Hendrickson got 17.5 sacks. So
and the thing is, like if we get more sacks from other people, that's better obviously for the defense and moving forward because. We need to get something out of Miles Murphy. We need to get some more stuff out of Joseph Osai just for the future.
We need to let Miles Murphy cook.
Yes, sir.
He's got it.
Dude, I'm telling you, I think Miles is going to have a breakout year. I think the chains have been lifted off of him. I think he's going to be more and I'm going by what I see Max, his brother, tweeting out. I think he feels – I think Miles is more confident in what he can do and what he's going to be able to do. Compared to what the first 2 years were.
Paul Painter's give me some tips, Cap. If you're a righty, drive off that right leg. You know what? I'm just gonna have to post video and let y'all help me out. I will.
Dude, we need to go to the batting cage. That's what we do. We need to go to the batting cage together.
We need to soon. So I didn't realize we got all kinds of slow pitch softball cages up here. I didn't know that was so common, but we got them all over Columbus. I am a switch hitter. Don't joke. It's a baseball term. Stop it. I am a switch hitter in baseball.
Uh-huh.
I can throw a ball both, but I am definitely more power. Which obviously, you want to cover some ground. You throw your strong, your dominant hand. I'm a left-hand thrower. Obviously, also I can't just switch gloves midway. That's not how gloves work. So, I'm going to have a left-hand throw glove, but I may switch hit.
Well, the funny thing is, I'm right-handed, but I bat left-handed. I swing a golf club right-handed, but I bat left-handed.
Bro, that's crazy. So you could switch hit too.
I probably could. Yeah.
Yeah.
I never did. I just always batted left-handed.
It's and even right-handed, like it's weird because like if I do any little wiggle, it's the same direction as my left. It's not like opposite. It's not like a mirror.
Are we just gonna call you LED the cap?
Shit. Well, I mean, hey,
You're gonna put. So wait. What position do you want to play? If they ask
I
you,
have no idea.
well, they're going to ask. What position do you play?
So
you can't say left
okay,
out.
I am gonna work with Jules. So anybody that doesn't know, not so cool Jules, she played a lot of years of softball. She's really good. I'm glad they got her on the team. I think she's gonna be like the player coach, at least for me. I'm gonna ask her because I have nightmares about the Sandlot being in the outfield and pissing my pants. And it's funny because I'm not that bad. I really am not. But I grew up. I played basketball. I played volleyball. No soccer. Oh, and football. So, like, I can play quarterback, wide receiver. I can catch a ball over the shoulder. I can track a ball in the air. Why couldn't I track a baseball? It's because it's a mental thing for me, and I'm worried about completely embarrassing myself. And what's going to happen is I'm going to go out there, do whatever, and I'm going to be okay, probably. Well, but I'm going to blow this up and tell everybody it's going to be horrible. But I need practice first.
So for me, I'm not playing third base. I'm too fat and out of shape to play third base. But I was always either third baseman or first baseman, or I was in the outfield. And track, like I could probably go play first base and I'll be okay. I have to stretch out so I don't have to pull a hamstring or anything. I think I'd be okay. The third base, no. If you put me in the outfield, somebody's got to hit me some baseball or some softball, because tracking a softball or a baseball is hard. And for some reason, and it's not that I'm scared of the ball or scared of base. I just had a hard time judging it for some reason when I was younger. I could do it, but I had to practice it a lot. That was harder for me than playing infield, to try to track a ball in the outfield. And like when I see Shemar T doing this, I couldn't do that. There's no way I couldn't track a ball.
See, I feel like the football tracking is okay, but when you've got a baseball, and I mean, I don't know. Maybe if I could be out there in the outfield with one of these Reds and just watch them do it one time, because I'm looking on screen, the ball is up there and there's a point where it's just kind of still. Yeah. It's moving.
Yeah.
But you're not sure, and then all of a sudden, oh shit. I would be the oh shit every single time it was anywhere near me, is what I'm worried about. So but I'm also worried about my shoulders are not in throwing shape.
Oh God, no.
So I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to throw something out if I'm in the outfield, because I'm going to try to Ellie De La Cruz it to home plate, and I'm going to cause some permanent damage.
You got to take Pete Rose, somebody's going to take him out.
The other thing that I need to know, I need to practice sliding. I'm gonna slide at everything. I'm gonna slide when we're not playing. I'm just gonna be sliding shit.
You got your sliding shorts?
No, I'm probably gonna have a cup. Obviously.
I would get one too. But they got
sliding
softball
shorts?
Yeah, for softball, so you can slide in them.
Shit, I'm glad we just had this conversation. I'd have been
there's
out
actual
there.
Softball shorts to wear. Yeah,
I'd have been out there in like 2-inch little Daisy Dukes and skin on. I would never do that. I would never do that to y'all. But literally, because I'm like, well, I'm looking at softball cleats.
Yeah, me too. I say I get all this stuff. I had this stuff, but I literally haven't played softball in 15, 16 years. It's literally been
then okay. So you can help me out too, because I also thought about going all out, like just being a nerd and like
baseball pants, stirrups.
Oh no, not maybe not that, but definitely gloves. But like maybe whatever guard, maybe put the little knob on the bottom, to track my.
Get the elbow guard on there so you get one on the inside.
But I need to learn how to slide. I'm gonna Pete Rose it, which. The thing that I noticed the most about watching Pete Rose slide is it looked like he actually jumps over something and then fucking
See,
I'm going to do that. I'm going to smack my nuts on the ground.
Dude, I can't do that. If I did that, I will pop this shoulder out. I dislocated the shoulder twice. If I do that,
And hear me out. I used to play indoor volleyball, so I got good at, you dive for a pancake. So you dive on hardwood floor, and there's a way that
I can do that. Yeah. There's a way to do it. Yeah, that I probably still can do. Again, I haven't played sports in forever. Like when my kids got older,
I'm a little rusty too.
Yeah, well, my kids got older. I quit playing, and I started watching them play.
Yeah,
so I haven't played.
Back to chat. Esther Taylor should have called him instead of text. No, Deuce was not upset. Yeah, I agree with that. It's good to know that he was not upset. I definitely agree. Phone call. Sometimes phone calls are I don't know. I don't know I'm a big texter, even when it's not really appropriate. Like, yeah, sorry, so and so passed. I probably should have called. It's my being a little maybe on the spectrum stuff, but
wrap this up real quick. I gotta get going.
Oh, it's 6 o'clock.
Sorry, 6, dude.
Heck yeah.
Any other ones you want to read there real quick? I won't try to be rude.
No, you're good. Mike Madden, hockey puck coming out of you 100 miles an hour. Yeah, that's terrifying. Jason Dickus, Pete bounced hard off the dirt every time. That's gonna be me. Yep. Dustin, I think part of the game, Joe can step up most of his play action game. Yep. Rating out of play. Yeah. Definitely. He needs some more practice. And I think that's the stuff that Zach and staff see that other people didn't see. And we're wondering, well, why doesn't Zach do X, Y, and Z? They've been trying. They've been slowly working up some of this stuff. Joe's got some work to do, and I agree. He's going to be better there. Esther, you guys need to practice catching tennis balls like Team Jamar for eye-hand coordination. Yeah. Now I do some of that stuff for boxing. So the eye-hand coordination, I'm thinking I'm okay. It's just, all right, making the legs work in unison with, because I want to do some crazy like I want at least I want to hear the crowd clap because I dove for a catch.
All right, Cap.
I don't want to hear I don't have my laugh track ready, but yeah, exactly. So we'll see. Right. But love y'all.
On that note, you got any words of wisdom before I let you go for Bengals Nation, Who Day Nation? Before we let you go, any final words?
Hey, it's almost football season.
Woo!
See you all at the Logan Wilson softball, the charity softball Wednesday. If you don't have tickets, buy. It's going to be a great time. We'll see you there. Look up the celebrity softball. Come say hi. I'd love to hang out with you. Feel free to laugh at me. It's going to be a good time there.
I'll be laughing. I'll be laughing at myself too. Trust me.
and Who Day.
Who Day, brother. All right, boys, girls. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. Thanks for watching. I've been live streaming on YouTube, Facebook, X, Twitch. You can follow me on all those, along with Instagram, Threads, and TikTok. Also, I'll be pulling the sign off later on tonight, put it on the podcast. If you want to listen to the show and don't want to sit and watch us for an hour, the video cast, we have the podcast. It's on BeanPod, Apple iTunes, Spotify, Google, Stitcher Play, pretty much where you get your podcast. Please make sure you rate, like, and review. Do me a favor, leave a 5-star review and a comment so more Cincinnati fans can find my podcast. Also, shout out to my sponsors of the show. They are as follows: Priority Lawn and Landscaping. Think Priority Lawn and Landscaping for all your lawn and landscaping needs. You can check them out on Facebook. You can check them out. Actually, I say check them out on Facebook because they have a lot of good videos and stuff out there, what they're doing. They also have a new lot that they're renting right off of 50 here on the west side. Or not renting, owning. Or they'll be selling mulch and gravel and all kinds of stuff there. But if you guys just want anything done, lawn and landscaping, think Priority Lawn and Landscaping. Give them a call, 513-430-6114. That's 513-430-6114. And if you call Johnny or you message him on Facebook, do me a favor. Tell him you heard about him from Sports with Strawberry Ice. Also, show's brought to you by T Properties, quality housing for quality people. Check out the website at www.tpropertiesllc.com for all your rental property management needs and your rental needs. And, of course, we got Meyer Window, Doors, and more. Their website is MeyerCincinnati.com for all your window and door needs. I keep saying the same thing, but it's true. I have in my house. I highly recommend you get them in yours. Now, look, I'll tell you this. My dog got so excited the other day that he literally tried to go through the screen. The screen, luckily, didn't break. It just popped out of the window. Probably fine. And I just popped it right back in. That's how sturdy these windows are. They're sturdy, energy efficient, easy to clean, well-maintained. They're awesome windows and doors. Meyer, Cincinnati.com for all your window and door needs. All right, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the show. I will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow, Joe will be on the show with me. We got Al Lancaster. For some reason, I cannot say his last name. He's got a book coming out tomorrow, I think, that we'll be talking about. So I hope you guys tune in for that. Other than that, remember, Divine Thoughts. What's up, brother? How you doing, bro? Remember, Who Dey for life. And throw it up. That's just sports, baby. See ya!
Weekday nights, the city roars. Tune in loud, turn up some more. Cincinnati show, it's time to play. Sports with strawberry ice today. 5:30 sharp, don't be late. CTV, the sports awaits. Strawberry ices on the mic, energy, it's good delight. Every touchdown, every goal. Feel the pulse, it's in your soul. Cincinnati heartbeats strong. Strawberry ice will lead the throng. Every touchdown, every goal. Feel the pulse, it's in your soul. Cincinnati heartbeats strong. Strawberry ice will lead the throng. Feel the crowd, it's electric now. Shouting loud, they all know how. CTV got what we crave. Sports with ice, it's waves and waves. Tigers strike and Bengals roar. Every game we want some more. Tune it in and feel the thrill. Strawberry ice, he's giving chills. 5:30 sharp, don't be late. CTV, the sports awaits. Strawberry ice, he's on the mic, energy, it's good delight.